So all of our best strategies and some from other channels have come together to create this one fairly simple, fantastic strategy. Well, here it is. You ready? You're going to look for a $10 table. You're going to buy in for $1,000. That's right, $1,000. This requires $1,000. Maybe you can get away with about $700. $700 to $1,000.
So $1,000.
$1,000 would be great. $700 if you're kind of light. Okay, now you start with 110. Now here's what I want to do. I want to say that this has been inspired by John at Pro Craps. Okay, so John at Pro Craps, thank you very much, sir. But I think I've sort of changed a little bit, and he has this wonderful strategy that he uses where he just kind of focuses on the inside. But you know, John being an advanced player creates opportunity in different ways. So here it is, $110. Okay, any of these numbers hits going to pay 35, right? What you're going to do is you're going to take down the 5 and 9, right? And you're going to tell the dealer, give me $40 on the outside numbers. That's 10, 10, 10, 10, okay? $40 on the outside numbers. Now, here's where a little bit changes that I think will be interesting. So watch this. So right now you have $45 back in the rack. You're in $110, okay? Two things are going to happen, hopefully, if we're focusing on the good news.
Okay. Because
there is something that can happen that's bad news, but we're going to avoid even thinking about it. If a 6 or 8 hits right now, the very next roll, it's going to pay $35. You're going to tell the dealer, take me down to $12 each, 6 and 8. Very simple, right? Okay. Now watch this. If that happens, okay, right, you're going to be up $6 and you'll have all the numbers ready to go. Okay. Now, what's the other thing that can happen? Well, let's say that one of the other numbers rolls. So let's reset. Let's go back in time. Here's your $45 you had, and we still have the 6 and 8. Now, if any of the outside numbers hits, you're going to power press collect. You're only going to get out if the 6 and 8 hits. Okay? So, for example, if a 9 hits, you're going to power press, throw in the dollar, go to a quarter. Now, if it hits again, you're just going to collect. Okay? So basically, we're going to play a little of the math. We're going to mitigate our losses, but we're going to try to maximize opportunity. So this is we're kind of juxtaposing. I love that word, juxtaposing.
Okay, so if you power press collect on that 9, and then a 6 hits right after this, do you regress it or just keep it?
The minute the 6 or 8 hits, you're gonna regress it unless you get out enough here, right? So if you hit this 9,
what's enough?
Well, I mean, what you could do is power press and actually come down on the 9. You could power press, and that also puts you out. You follow?
Yeah.
So we could play into that. I mean, ideally, we do want to get out, but this is where having gold tiers is important, because if very early in this process someone starts shooting a hand and we start seeing success, then they don't need to come out with 6 and 8. That's exactly right. If we get our money out on the outside, then we don't need to worry about the 6 or 8. But we do want to be conscious of putting our money back in the rack.
Basically, if you get 110 somehow out,
right,
you don't have to regress those 6
Yeah, don't regress, right? There's 3, 5. How about I give you 600? How about that?
Sure.
Sure. He said sure, everybody. Yeah, I practice with it a lot. The girthy chips.
Your chips?
Okay, ready? Here you go. We got 110 inside.
That's the only girthy you got here.
Congratulations, sir. Welcome to Craps, the Craps Clinic. 7 a winner on the pass line. Es 7. What is winner? Gagne?
Ganador?
Ganador. Okay, yeah. In French, I think. Look at this. We got these boxes. This is impeding my path, dude.
Well, why'd you walk into the boxes?
I mean, I didn't know they were there. I mean, I should have known they were there. But 7, that's another winner. Ganador, 4 easy. It's a 3-1 to get her done. It's a 4. It's a little Joe in the snow. Little Joe. All right, here we go. Here we go. Coming inside numbers, coming right back. Bam! 5. Well, what did I tell you, everybody? What did I tell you? See, I always have. Now, watch this. So do this. Just drop me a nickel. And I'm going to give you that.
By the way, if you were doing this for the very first time, I would actually tell the dealer, take down my 5 and 9 and then give him 40.
Give him 40. Yeah, just like that. Or give him a nickel and say 40 on the outside. As long as you're out, you know, if it's a relatively experienced dealer, they'll be able to interpret. If you're at a break-in place, maybe something different. That's a 12. That's all the dots, but this point would be the field. 5, a fever. It's on a fever for the believer. All right, we're going to give you $4 change. That's $1 in. We're going to go to a quarter. Man, my hands are feeling good today. They're feeling frisky. Yeah, they're just sliding all over this. Another 5, 5. Now watch this. So here, why don't we do this? I'll put that in your rack, and now you're out, sir. You cannot lose money on this roll. You have done a fantastic thing for life, society. 6 easy. Everybody thanks you. And listen to this. Yep, you don't need to regress. Just right there. Bam. It's a 10 easy, 10. All right, we're going to buy it old school. We're going to give you $3. And you're going to get that to a quarter. Okay. 25. And by the way, today is Dennis's birthday.
Well, the day we recorded this.
On the day that we're recording it, he's not quite an old man yet, but he's older man. I don't want to give out your age, because then people will be doxing you and opening credit cards in your name and doing a bunch of stuff.
I think it's too late because we celebrated my 21st.
Oh, really? Apparently it's too late, everybody. Sorry.
If you really wanted to know my age, you could just go back to when we celebrated my 21st.
And figure it out. Yeah, that's true. That's true. 4 easy. That's a good field roll, and it's a wiener. And then we got the. Look at you. Look what he's got here, everybody. You see what I'm saying? It's a dice throwing clinic. It's a pressing clinic. It's 6 easy. It's all the clinicals we need, dude.
Clinicals?
It's not a colonoscopy, or it's not one of those kinds of things. I do. I at some point, I must go in. It's terrible. 8 heart way, square pair. Took us right there. Okay, look at this. Yeah, I'm like literally like 10 years overdue on that one, dude.
Yeah, so they got to go deeper.
Jesus, they're going to have to go really, really deep. 3 craps, ace, dude. Care. I mean, I do care, and then I don't. Yo 11 thing at this point. You're looking good, dude. Looking fantastic. 5-5, a non-fielder. Look at
60.
that, buddy. Here we go. He's not going to collect, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
He's just wants to press, because he's at that gold tier. He's already even. He's just literally going to go for it. Yo 11, a 6-5 mix. Get your licks on the 4 easy. Look at this. Look at this. Now, are you sure you don't want to collect one? Put a little profit in the zone.
4 and 10.
He's going to go up on the 4 and 10, everybody. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. We like it. He's all pressed up. We'll try not to count what he's got here. 2 craps. 8. It just set it up brilliant. This is the clinic we've all but 6 easy. Holy smokes. He's going to collect this one. I'm not even going to say what he wins, because we don't want to put it out there. All right, and that's also a winner, if you didn't already know. Wow, look at you, buddy. On your birthday, 6 easy. Ronnie's been just schooling you, dude. Just been tooling you and schooling you. 9-9.
That's
El
like the
Centro.
only one we haven't hit yet.
He's going all the way up, everybody. Going all the way up. Here he is, and it's 6 easy, 6 easy. Another wiener. Look at that. $7 in. We're just going to go ahead because we know how to press.
It's 150.
This is going to be to 150. Look at that.
We have power press
That's
sheets.
another winner.
And
yes,
we have on the CQ Nexus, we have power presses.
And we're going to share for Patreon. I'm going to show you the $15 version.
And if you wanted to, or you could practice on Crapsy.
This is the $10 table version. We'll show you the $15 version. Without a doubt, you should practice this on Crapsy. You're going to want to get familiar with these presses. 7. That's a winner. Look at that.
All time.
Not just the presses, but how you're going to regress the system. So you should do it organically. 9-9 center field 9. El Niner. All right, ready?
Yeah.
We marked the 9. Look at you. Look at you. You really want a 6. A 6 is in the mix. 1-6 to put you over the top. 5-5. All right, that's pretty good. I got an $84 payoff.
We can go to 1 1/4 now.
You want to go to 1 1/4?
Yeah. Could go to 200.
You could.
But
No, 1 1/4 is fine.
I'll go to 1.
See that? Did you see the speed and agility that didn't even see it, dude. It was just so smooth. That was juicy smooth. That was like a delicious crap move right there. 6 easy. Oh my God! Look at this guy. He just can't. Look, this is the clinic. That one you're gonna collect, dude. That one you're gonna collect. He's a collector. Holy smokes! 8 easy 8. Oh my God! 8 easy. Here it comes, everybody. Watch this. Oh shit! I messed that one up.
You missed the nick.
That's all right.
Nickel.
That's all right. There it is. He's got a, oh, look at this. Look at the money he's got on this layout, everybody. Holy smokes. 8 easy 8. Oh my God, 8 easy 8. Here, why don't we'll just go to 300. We'll make it easy for everybody.
I'm thinking 330.
See, you could go to 330, but keep in mind, those are a little scaresome dealers. You know what I mean? They get a little nervous. 5-5 a non-fielder. Oh.
300 as well.
You're going to go to 300? You're not going to collect, dude? You just go for the jugs, the big jugs, the clinical jugs?
The clinical jug.
And it's a 6 hard way. It's a hard 6.
Same
Oh my
thing,
God,
300.
another. But by the way, which is so great, because this is my bird game. We used to have $1.50 6s, you know what I mean? And you give them a quarter, you go to 300. Same thing at this level. And El Siete. That's Audi. Okay, now, how much did you win?
I don't know.
Now, we won't, well, let's say we will. You had literally $1,025 on
How much
the
did you give
table,
me
dude.
again? I don't even remember. 600, right?
Yeah, I started you with 600. We said 700, but only 600. Yeah, these checks are fat. Okay, so here's 3-5. There's a 600. So you're plus, oh my God. Well, you know, 200, 290. But you were poised. Look, he had 1,025 on the layout. He was poised and ready to go. Now, some of you may not be as aggressive as Dennis, but Dennis actually plays this way, straight.
No, I'm very consistent, especially if I'm up. Like, because I was up the whole time. I had no risk of losing.
Yeah, when I'm up, I want to stay in it as much as I can.
This is what I'm gonna say.
Uh-oh.
This is what I'm gonna say.
Always has a caveat. Go ahead.
I still don't think it's as great as like a GM spin or a squeeze play, but I do think it deserves to be a golden banana, but just barely a golden banana.
Oh, all right, I'm gonna add to that. If you come with $700 to $1,000 and you want a system that leans into a little more risk, right? Because you're not always gonna get out. You might only get a little bit of your money out, or you can 0.7, which is, that'll just whack most systems anyways. So the problem with GM spin sometimes is getting to that second, and then now you're 2 rows behind.
You're a repeater, yeah.
This system allows you to kind of be in play, and especially on the 4 and 10, right? And move forward very quickly. Look, you were able to take advantage of that roll right away and not have to regress on your 6 and 8 because you had this outside covered and pressed. You won't be in that position with some of the other systems.
That's why I gave it a golden banana. The only thing, my caveat to that is the outside numbers. You lose all those outside numbers instantly.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
again, there's no perfect system, but I do feel like when someone starts on a roll, this could be the fastest way to take advantage of it while still getting some of your money, while still having some reservation, right? And it still is having some restraint. I'm going to give it, this is my, if we had a girthier golden banana, I would be using it.
But we have 2.
But we only have, these are pretty girthy as golden bananas go. All right, guys, we're going to go on to Patreon. We're going to show you the $15 game.